Halloween season, companies sell costumes such as psychos and mental health patients, while haunted houses decorate areas with themes like mental health ward. Our staff share why these decisions are harmful to the public's perception and the stigmas associated with mental illness. Society is conditioned to believe that mental illness is to be feared, rather than being seen as a challenge to many in our own communities and families. The idea that disorders make people monsters perpetuates this fear of mental illness. With mental illness depicted so darkly, especially within the frame of Halloween, mental illness is reinforced to be a stigma to the sufferer and an embarrassment to those who care about the individual. The media tends to put mental illness on display at all times of the year, but especially Halloween. This perpetuates the incorrect fact that people living with a mental illness are violent and leads the general public to become afraid. Statistics show that having a mental illness does not make a person more likely to be violent or dangerous. In fact, living with a mental health condition makes someone more likely to be a victim of violence, 4 times the rate of the general public. The characterization of people with serious and persistent mental illness as psychos and mental health patients who are violent are often old characters from asylums who had no community or social skills. Some even had intellectual disabilities but were not in the correct facilities. These characters may have come from stories depicted in times where medication or rehabilitation services were not readily available. Portraying a character that is uncontrollable or one that cannot function within our world is harmful. It drags out the stigma of mental illness and one that makes it seem as though someone in recovery cannot live a fulfilling life among others. Halloween is a time of year when people confront fears and things they may have difficulty comprehending, like supernatural forces, monsters, evil, magic, or fantasy. So, it's not surprising that people who function in the world differently from the majority are portrayed sensationally or melodramatically. Although this may be done with no intention, it remains that these stereotypes, as most stereotypes, do nothing to decrease stigma and alienation. Rather, they do the opposite and increase it.